Hi, my name is Carter Dvorak. I am a high school senior who just committed to the University of Michigan, and I want to sincerely welcome you to the Student Counsel podcast. Thank you so much for listening to this show and for being here right at the start. I created this project because I just learned firsthand how confusing, time-consuming, and downright complicated the college process can be. I hope that by making this show, I can help you navigate the waters easier than I did. I created this first little mini-sode to give you a bit of a roadmap for the show and address a couple inconsistencies found in the first couple episodes. I also wanted to take the time to give a bit of a history lesson of the Student Counsel and explain why it might just be a bit familiar to hear my voice in this name. First and foremost, if you're listening to this at the start of the show or anytime after, thank you so much. And if you're here early, thank you so much for your early support. It means the world. If you feel inclined, I would dearly appreciate a review on iTunes. Getting into the new and noteworthy category on iTunes can be an absolute jumpstart for young podcasts and so beneficial in the beginning. But aside from that, into the podcast itself. Before you are 3 student interviews giving you excellent perspectives on Northeastern University, Northwestern University, and the University of Michigan. You can start with whatever one you'd like. And even if you're not interested in any of those colleges, each episode offers great general advice to any high school or college student. And that goes for the whole podcast here. Second, I recorded all of these before all of the wrinkles were wrinkled out of the podcast, so I said just a few things wrong initially, particularly when it comes to our email and Instagram. Both of them are located at StucoPod and not Student Counsel Pod or anything else I might have said in those episodes. If you want to find us, all the links in the descriptions are correct though. Lastly, if the Student Counsel or my voice rings any bells to you, it could be 2 reasons for that. First is that this isn't technically the first episode of the Student Counsel. There was an older iteration of this idea that I hosted with some friends about a year and a half ago. It was more general and roundtable advice centric, but it was about the same principles. High schoolers helping high schoolers through this weird world of high school that we reside. If you want to hear all of our young perspectives of what these little whippersnappers had to say back in October of 2020, that is under the classic Student Counsel and just about all the podcast feeds you can find. Even if you haven't heard that but recognize my voice, there is another way you might have heard me, and it's from a podcast called Positivity. It's another show that I do that I host with a different group of friends, and we talk all about the hopeful news of the day. If you want to check it out, it is also linked below. Otherwise, that's all I have for you right now. Thank you again for listening. It means the world that you're here, and I hope that this advice can help you in the way that this helps me. If you feel inclined, I would love for you to check out the other episodes of the Student Counsel that we have, whether it's the first 3 or the first 100. But regardless, I wish you the best of luck and the best of times in all of your educational endeavors. The Student Counsel has begun.